Blizzard have officially announced Overwatch 2 will be shown at Blizzcon Online next year, but also there's probably going to be a mobile game. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Stylosa. So this is the date of BlizzCon Online, which is happening next year. It is February the 19th to February the 20th. Now, there are a few key things with this event. It is completely free. BlizzCons in the past were free to watch the opening ceremony. You could see it on Twitch, you could see it on YouTube, but then it went behind a paywall and you had to pay if you wanted to see the various panels. Now, of course, this was done because people attending BlizzCon had paid a load of money for tickets, and it wasn't really fair if you could just sit at home and watch these kind of, specialist shows that were put on by the various development teams. However, this year is different. We've had the massive problems with COVID. So what they're going to do is just make it completely free. Of course, when I mean this year, I mean BlizzCon should have been this year, but got cancelled, and it's now on next year. So it's free. Everybody will be able to see this. So this should mean this becomes the most viewed BlizzCon in the history of BlizzCons. As ever, guys, if you really enjoy the videos I've been producing, do subscribe and, well, like the video. Make sure you click the bell as well, because that will alert you to when new videos go live. And also, go and use the timestamps in the video description below if you'd like to jump forward to various topics throughout the video. J Allen Brack is the president of Blizzard, of course, replacing Mike Morhaime a few years ago now. And he produced a fireside video chat in which he goes over things that are happening with the various communities of all the Blizzard games, and then touches on things which are going to happen at BlizzCon next year. And yes, I am going to call it BlizzCon because BlizzCon Online is just a horrific mouthful. I don't know who came up with that idea. It's absolutely terrible. Anyway, listen to what Jay says at the end of this clip. This is the key statement.
Diablo Immortal is also coming along. We recently conducted our largest ever internal playtest, and we'll be sharing more about our plans as the work progresses. You also know some of our ideas around Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2. And it's safe to assume that we're exploring other things farther out on PC, console, and mobile as well.
They are exploring other things on PC, console, and mobile further out. Now, what does that mean? This is very critical language I need you guys to understand. And I kind of had to wrap my head around this as well, because it's clever what's going on here. Blizzard have learned from the absolute disaster of Diablo Immortal's announcement. Now, that game was terrible the way they announced that. Everybody thought we were going to get a new Diablo game announcement, and we did. But it wasn't an actual proper Diablo game. It was a horrific clone of another mobile game made by another development company that Blizzard have just reskinned, and they called it Diablo Immortal. They took loads of heat from it. It was the worst announcement that's ever been at BlizzCon. So what they've done here is they've learned from that, haven't they? Because they know their core audience are not the greatest fans of mobile games, and rightfully so. We're all console gamers and PC gamers. We don't sit there and play games on our mobile phone. And the games we have seen and maybe even played on our mobile are pretty trash, right? They've got terrible monetization systems, and they're kind of frustrating to play, which we'll get onto this in a second, because of course Activision Blizzard own King and they make Candy Crush, and there's a lot of concern around all of this stuff. But the key thing here is, this is them saying, what we'll probably do is show you a mainline game. So go, wham, this is Overwatch 2. This is the beta of Overwatch 2. It's happening right now. You can download it, or something like that happens. And then at the end of the announcement, they go, oh, by the way, we just want to show you guys a trailer from a mobile game we're working on in the Overwatch universe. And then people are just like, well, I mean, you're super jazzed because you're getting Overwatch 2. And you're just like, well, I don't care about this mobile game. Just give me Overwatch 2. And I think that's going to be the plan going forward. And it makes sense from an announcement perspective, doesn't it? Because it's not putting the focus on the mobile game, which they know they will get a lot of backlash from. I want to hand you back over to Jay. And again, listen for him talking about platform stuff. It doesn't matter what platform it's on. We're going to work on all platforms. Check this out.
We are constantly asking ourselves, is this idea fun? Is this an awesome expression of the universe? We're going to apply the same level of craftsmanship that we've always demanded of ourselves to future games, regardless of platform, with the ultimate goal of bringing deep and compelling gameplay experiences to players, even more than we already do.
The same level of craftsmanship that we've applied to all of our games will apply it to all of the platforms. This, to me, seems like a clear statement that Blizzard are like, you know what? We make really good games for PC. What happens if we make them for mobile? Mobile market is absolutely massive. Blizzard, our Activision Blizzard, own King, and King make a game called Candy Crush. Everybody's heard of this game. It's got horrific monetization systems in it. It's just terrible if you ask me. But all of the boomers play it, like the actual real boomers. You know, the people in their 50s and they're probably like their late 40s or whatever. I don't know. That's probably being offensive to people in their 50s and late 40s. But you get what I'm saying, right? It's played by very casual gamers, or even people that are not gamers, right? Everyone's got a mobile phone or a cell phone. You can just pop this bad boy out and start playing games, throw in like $10, $20 a month into Candy Crush. It's nothing. But it makes more money than Blizzard. Candy Crush makes more money than Blizzard. Blizzard have got World of Warcraft, they've got Overwatch, they've got Diablo, they've got Hearthstone. The writing is on the wall there. So you can see what's happening here. And this, again, is a very, like, sort of simple statement, but there's a lot behind this, because this is the actual president of Blizzard saying, mobile games, this is our focus. And by saying it's every platform and going, we're going to bring our Blizzard quality to it. Now, sure, they might be able to make awesome mobile games and we'll be like, oh my God, we're blown away. And they've got tons of players and everybody loves it. The thing is, though, we're PC and console gamers. And I don't know, this is kind of a clever way to announce that they are focusing more on mobile. Let me take you to the Blizzard Activision earnings call. Now, this is from Gamer Sutra, but it's taken from the earnings call. And what the earnings call is if you are a big player shareholder in Blizzard, you can get access to this, or well, in Activision Blizzard, you can get access to this and listen into the call. And if you're a massive, massive player, you can actually ask questions straight to Bobby, who's like the CEO of the whole operation, and say, what are you doing with your games? You know, what's going on? And you'll get answers. However, this is all made public pretty much after the event, so everyone can get access to it. And check this out. Bringing more franchises to mobile is Activision Blizzard's biggest opportunity, says the Chief Operating Officer. We need to make sure that we're enabling our franchises on the billions of mobile devices that are available right now. That's by far our biggest opportunity. We're investing meaningfully to capitalize on this and to take all of our franchises to mobile over time. Everything is going to mobile. They have done this with Call of Duty already, and it's got an incredible amount of players on mobile. It's still full of all those monetization things. Everything is, you have to buy everything, right? That's going to be the case. These games make loads of money for the games companies, right? Mobile games are massive. So I am worried in one respect, because what would they do to Overwatch? I almost feel like what they're going to do, like butcher my boy. It's like, no, you butchered my boy. Like to do a really bad Godfather impression there. But it's like, what does an Overwatch mobile game look like? Is it something that's completely different? Could it be like a tactical game like XCOM? Could it be, you know, there's a ton of different options. It's not going to be an FPS game, surely not on mobile. But then they've got Call of Duty on mobile. That's an FPS game. Do we straight up see Overwatch literally running on mobile? A lot of mobile devices now actually have a ton of GPU and processing power. So yeah, you could kind of do it, but that is that good? Oh, there's so many questions. Do you remember the Dev AMA which took place on Reddit? A while ago this was now. Jeff was answering a bunch of questions, and this is what Jeff said. We have many years of lore planned for the Overwatch universe. There are so many aspects that we're excited about. Far-reaching plot lines and individual character arcs. There are also a lot of heroes, places, and world groups we want to tell more stories about. We're also excited about telling stories in new ways and using new mediums. Does that mean mobile? Is that Jeff there in the past saying, yeah, you know, we're looking at new mediums? Now, you can argue this could be a lot of things. This could be your Netflix series. It could be a whole host of things, maybe even a movie for Overwatch. So kind of take that with a pinch of salt. But you can see, right? You can sort of put this together and you can see there is a bit of a vein of mobile Overwatch running through this. So yeah, we're going to get more Overwatch 2 news at BlizzCon next year. That's a given. It is confirmed though now by the head of Blizzard, no doubt. And we're probably going to get a mobile game. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I think it's time we talk about Overwatch Ranked and just kind of how bad this really is. So I made a video recently and I said, you know what? I don't think the meta's too bad. And that was for the previous season of Overwatch Ranked, which was 24, because of course we're in season 25 now. But the more I look at the changes that have come in recently, things like the little buff to Brig and those kind of things. Now, I'm not saying Brig is the issue here, guys. What I'm saying is the way the game is developing, there just isn't much on the line. So I don't think we go too granular and we go too deep and go, oh, Blizzard, what are you doing to Brig? Blizzard, what are you doing to these heroes? Where are the buffs? What's all the hit scan love about? What's going on? I don't think it's about that, because I feel Like, there is a distinct mental change in the way players just approach competitive. Now, I think this is probably because there's loads of Smurf accounts. We do know that recently Blizzard were like, hey, yeah, we've still got 10 million people playing Overwatch. Yeah, sure. I've got 6 active accounts at the moment. When I say active, I mean accounts that I've logged in the last month. Yeah, all right. I'd imagine that I'm at the high end of that, but probably a lot of people have got 2 accounts. It's very cheap, Overwatch, is to buy. So it's not like you're paying $50 for the game. You can get it super cheap. And that could be an issue because we see loads of Smurfs. Now, when you're a Smurf, when you're an alt account, you don't really care, do you? You're just like, whatever, I'm just going to play this hero. And I've done this, right? I've got an account which I just play Doomfist on. Now, is that right? Is that wrong? I don't know. Overwatch lets you play the game like that. So, but the thing I've got here, guys, and I guess the major issue, is the games just do not feel competitive. And Overwatch is a brilliant game. Everything the game does is great, apart from its ranked system. And I just hope that, like, for the love of God, they, like, please, Blizzard, give us a reason to play competitive with Overwatch 2. Give us a team competitive mode. Give us something where we can play together. And there's you know, people want to play together. People have got the chance of playing together, and we can have fun. Because right now, just going in and playing this solo queue, which is what I do most of the time, and what most people tend to do with competitive, is you will go solo queue, maybe you'll duo queue to some extent, but there's so many random factors. Will you have a good team comp? Will your team communicate? What are the enemy team doing? Do the enemy team have levers? Do you have levers? Do the enemy team just throw? Now, I know some of these issues are amplified because it is the start of a season, and typically you will see people who dive into a game and think, you know what, I can't be bothered with this, and then they just leave. So you end up with a 5v6, which isn't great. But I just feel that Overwatch Ranked is in a really strange position now. A lot of the changes and buffs that were coming in were in the right direction. Some of the most recent stuff you could maybe argue against, things like the Brig HP buff and stuff. We might be in danger of going into a more sort of stun-heavy meta and seeing Brig just everywhere again. And for as good as Brig is to play, Brig does have this issue with the game where she can force the meta to change, and we start seeing other heroes get played, and then we start seeing double barrier coming back, and we see all kinds of stuff. And is that a direction Overwatch needs to go in? Now, in terms of the players or the roles at the moment, I think support is probably the most fun that I've had. Tank is okay, but does feel really random. In this game here, I've got a Reinhardt with me, which is decent. We've got a main tank and an off tank, but typically it would be a Hammond or it would be a Roadhog, and in that case, running the Zarya with them could be difficult, so then maybe you go for the main tank, but there isn't really synergy there. And I think that's one of the issues that's probably highlighting itself right now with the meta, is that you don't have the tank combo. You don't have the reliable, I'm the tank and I'm the off tank who work together. It's like, I'm a Hammond and I just do what I like, or I'm a Roadhog and I do what I like, and you can just do what you like. It feels really disconnected. DPS is quite hit scan skewed at the moment. We've seen like Soldier being really well, Ashe being really well, and a bunch of other heroes like that. Genji can work sometimes, but with Brig coming back, he's suffering. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is me just moaning because I've had some bad games. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you've probably seen me talking about the Hanamura game that I lost, which was, the enemy got 5 points and we got 4. That says it all, doesn't it? Oh my God. Let me know, guys, though, what you think about Overwatch Ranked right now. Like, I had plans to make a bunch of guide videos. I wanted to make these really detailed overanalyze, which really focused and drilled down on roles, and there was also an aim guide as well. But I kind of feel like they're pointless because people are not really playing Overwatch at the moment to get better at the game, because Ranked is just so random. I guess at the end of the day, rank really doesn't matter. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this video. It is, of course, my pleasure to produce this stuff. Remember, if you love the video, then do subscribe to the channel and click the bell. You will get alerted and you will join the wonderful notification squad every single time a video is uploaded. And I do check the video comments as soon as I upload a video to see who gets that fabled first comment. All right, guys, thank you for watching, and I will catch you lovely lot on the next video. Toodaloo.